This all unfolded this evening around 8:43 p.m. when our 911 center received a call of a subject shot here in the 1100 block of DiMarco Drive in Marrero. When the first responding officers arrived on the scene, they discovered the body of a unnamed, we're not releasing his name because his next of kin hadn't been notified, black male, 29 years of age, suffering from a gunshot wound, lying in the parking lot apron in front of 1105 DiMarco Drive. We have learned that this particular gentleman, who was pronounced dead on the scene of his gunshot wounds, actually resides at apartment D at 1109 DiMarco Drive. Shortly thereafter, they discovered that an 11-year-old, no, they changed it. Shortly thereafter, they discovered an 8-year-old black female who was actually in front of 1101 DiMarco, sitting out there with a friend, another little 12-year-old girl, and a family friend, when shots rang out a little further down towards 1109. They at first thought it was fireworks, but then saw a black male running, being chased by either one or two additional black males who were firing at him. We believe that that victim is the man that's lying in front of the driveway at 1105. The little girl was transported to University Hospital, where she's currently being treated for a gunshot wound to the upper back. Her condition is believed to be stable at this time. Her injuries are not considered life-threatening. We're still trying to determine what this all started from. We haven't determined the motive as of yet, but as they continue interviewing and conducting canvasses and finding out, that you can see we have 3 different crime scene locations out here on DiMarco, so it's going to take us a little while before we're able to establish a motive.
Can you go back into the situation where they were running? Explain that again.
According to witnesses, and there were several people standing outside, they heard about 3 or 4 shots that they actually thought were fireworks. But within moments, they saw a black male emerge from behind a vehicle. Now, also, that's kind of an interesting part of this investigation is the victim, the 29-year-old male, had a gray 4-door Pontiac G6. That vehicle, when he pulled up in the driveway down at 1106, when he pulled up in the driveway down at 1109, is nowhere to be found at this time. So we're not certain as to whether or not this was maybe a carjacking. He may have been the victim of a carjacking. Again, we're still trying to determine what happened. But we know that vehicle is not here on scene, and that vehicle was followed out of this neighborhood by a black Audi.
So the girl was just sitting out?
She was outside standing in front of the...
bullet.
Yes, it appears as though at this point that the shots rang out in the direction where this little girl and her friend were standing out in front of the apartment.
How many suspects?
1, possibly 2. But we know that someone drove off in another vehicle along with that gray Infiniti.
Just to kind of...
The gray Pontiac G6, I'm sorry.